'Twas the night before Christmas. At the Plaza Nakatomi, not a creature was stirring, except Hans and his cronies. The hostages were huddled, all scared and quite glum, while John McClane was barefoot, making it very hard to run. The terrorists were stacked, with guns and grenades, while Argyle, the limo driver, in the back seat he played Christmas tunes on the radio, blissfully unaware of the bloodshed and bullets that would soon fill the air. When out on the terrace there arose such a clatter, Hans sent his men out into the building they did scatter. Awaiting by the window, they watched the lights flash as McClane threw a present on Al's hood like some trash. A terrorist with bullets filled just about here. The flash of the muzzles and automatics did glow, and gave way to the mayhem on the squad car below. Soon after, Hans' stoic eyes should appear, but the LA SWAT team arriving in full riot gear. With the SWAT tank at the door, so lively and quick, he knew that moment it must be dealt with. More rapid than eagles, the henchmen they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Now Theo, now Carl, now Franco, now Eddie, now Tony on Marco, on Henchy and Freddy. From the top to the tower, we'll let the rockets fall. Now blast away, blast away, blast away all. The feds arrived on the scene, riding arrogantly high. When given demands from Hans, they did not bat an eye. So up on the rooftop, the terrorists they flew, with bags of bearer bonds and hostages too. Then, without thinking, John fired from the roof, to frighten back down the hostages, who were a bit aloof. As attention grew by the Fed, and fired around they spread, from the building's side, John McClane jumped down. His shirt, no longer white, blood ran from his head to his toes, tarnished with the dirt from the vents and blood from his foes. A taped-down Beretta he had on his back, and he looked quite defiant to draw in an attack. He spoke not a word, he just smiled and laughed. 2 terrorists remained, a bullet for each he had packed. Laid his finger aside the trigger with ease, giving a nod to Holly, who then dropped to her knees. A gun from his back, it sprang like a missile, and away 2 shots flew, taking them down like a whistle. But I heard him exclaim, as Hans fell out of sight, "Yippee-ki-yay, podcast listener. Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."
And with that, that is our podcast. We'll see you all later.
That's right. This week we're discussing Die Hard, a Christmas movie